Absolutely. No filter, yeah. There's no filtering anything out. All right, and you guys can look on your phones and see what people are saying as well, so without it interfering with the mic. Yeah, yep, I checked them.
Yeah, the old setup, as soon as we bring up something on our phone, it would backfeed through this.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Friends. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We're here with Bobby and Pimo and our special guests this morning. So anyhow, we're here. We're doing a thing once a month here on Coffee with Friends, where we have coffee with a vet, even if they don't drink coffee. Because so far, the two vets that we've had don't drink coffee.
And they were both in the Navy. Does that say something?
Yeah, they have bad coffee. Okay. So we're also using our new equipment that we just got last Tuesday, and I ran it through one test when I read the other night, and this is our second test. Of course, we do when we got something special going on.
Right. Yeah. We wouldn't want to just practice when it's just us.
Right. Yeah. Practice. What's that?
Well, we haven't done that in the music part, so I do it part, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I show up for every music thing, so that's anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, Bob, how long were you in the U.S. Navy?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. So and you were stationed where? Out of where? Okay. Yeah, I read up on your aircraft carrier. Wow, that has got quite a history.
Yeah. It was the first supercarrier, which means it had an anchor deck.
Okay. I also heard that they kind of outdid Japan's aircraft carrier. That was the first one. That was larger than their largest one. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I heard that they did a lot of Mediterranean cruises out there, and they also did they did a lot of, they were aiding people too that were.
I don't know. How many people we had to do was we were getting relieved. We went through the rock Gibraltar and something happened in Israel. We had to turn around and go all the way back in.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh wow. That was some. So now you can sleep through anything.
Yeah.
Oh, he can.
Anywhere, anyhow.
Anywhere.
Yeah. He can. You sleep through this guy drumming when he was growing up.
Oh yeah. That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't bother him a bit. There was times he worked at 3M and he would work a night shift. So during the day he would try to farm too.
Yeah.
And he'd just take a nap on the tractor, or he'd just stop the tractor, take a nap, and then start the tractor and go. It's surprising what 10 minutes does.
Well, nowadays they got tractors. You don't even really need to be awake. They just
while you're plowing.
Yeah. There you go.
I tried that.
Yeah, but you got to have the technology. Your WD-45 doesn't have that.
So there's I've got a friend that he was in the Army. He was an airborne ranger, and he can sleep standing up. And one night he came down here to visit with me, and he was just kind of leaning up in my living room, and he was sleeping like that. And I go, I made up the bed in the other room. You can crash there if you want to. And he goes, no, I'm good here. I'm like, okay. So then I went to bed. Well, my bedroom faces that spot, and I'm trying to sleep, and there's just this big hulking guy just standing there, and I'm like, yeah, you need to go in the other room. You can stand all you want in there, but you're not doing that here. So, but yeah.
Hey, Jen. Hi, Julie. Kevin. Julie Hendricks is on here. It's Severson now, but yeah,
Oh,
she's on the
nice.
podcast. She was our neighbor
Oh, okay.
growing up. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Can't hear mom and dad. Turn mic on. Yep, mic is on. We got to get
Can't hear
closer.
me? Check, 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 check.
Oh, got to get it. I guess you got to get a little closer.
Check, 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 check.
Really? Hmm.
Say hi, Joan.
Hi.
Yeah. see,
Okay,
we
yeah.
can hear that one.
Can hear that one.
We're here.
The blue is a mic cable.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, just got to be right up in it.
Yeah. Again, this is new equipment, so we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning. We're learning, and we're making Bobby's parents learn with us.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing wrong? I have no idea what you're doing wrong. Just keep doing it.
Well, let me in there. Maybe I can figure it out.
Here you go.
So the USS Forestall was at the very beginning of Top Gun. So if you watch the movie Top Gun, when they show it at the very beginning, you knew that, didn't you? You should listen when we talk to you sometimes. No, because Lori, my sister Lori told me, yeah, she saw it and then told me that. So at the very beginning, they show an aircraft carrier and it's like coming down upon it, and it says USS Forestall, and it says where it is in the Mediterranean, and that's at the very beginning of Top Gun.
Was your dad on the deck with his shirt off playing volleyball with the other guys?
No,
We actually was a Italian movie company. They wanted to make a movie on it. It was called Carrier.
Oh,
And I never seen it or heard of it.
Huh.
After that, maybe it never came out. But we did some no load shooting. They call it in the morning. You have to shoot your catapult.
oh, sure.
I don't know if I got it. You can
Huh.
just make you go through all the.
Well, you didn't get any royalties, so.
No, I did not. Yeah, maybe they're coming.
Maybe they sent it to the wrong address.
Yep, I
Right.
probably did. Yeah, that was
So him and I have the same name. I've been getting royalties for years, and I just never knew why.
There you go. There you go. Hey, your son's been spending them up.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
So what was life like on an aircraft carrier?
Well, I just remember getting out of boot camp and it was around Christmas. I got out of boot camp and I had to be on the ship third or something. Anyways, I get Norfolk, Virginia, get a taxi, and they take you to the safe place. They kick you out. I go up to the big thing, and I go up there, and I thought I was in a warehouse. I
Oh,
didn't know. 'Cause it was dark. So we get in there, and then they gave us a place to sleep. We got there like 1 in the morning or 2, and then at 6 o'clock we got up. And
closer to your mic, I think. Yeah,
this way. Anyways,
there we go.
we I got on the ship, and I thought it looked like a warehouse. And I thought, what the heck am I doing here? It must be offices here someplace. Anyways, the morning we got up and we had breakfast. Well, then they finally gave us a tour of what the ship looked like, and I was actually in. There's 3 hangar bays underneath the flight deck, and I was in one of the hangar bays.
Oh, okay.
And then they took me to this area where we were going to work from. So I ended up being a catapult operator, launching planes.
So I had heard you talk before about how you wish you would have toured the whole ship. So you probably
Yeah,
you just kind of stayed in where they showed you.
I spent all that time on there, and I never explored anything. A lot. The only time, if we knew a guy or something, go see him or something. No, I wish I'd have toured the whole thing. I mean,
How old?
well, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid at 18 in a
Yeah.
male.
First time away from home. Yeah.
I should talk about that a little bit too. Being 18, I turned 18 in March, and I was still in high school. And my dad said, because my dad, he got drafted in World War II. He said, you probably should join something so you don't have to sleep in the mud and stuff. So we just decided we checked out Air Force and the Navy, and then, so I signed up for the Navy at 18. So I was still in high school.
Mm.
I had 3 months of school left. And they said, yeah, we got a program for you. And it was called, at that time, the 120-day delay program. So you could use your reserve, 3 months of your reserve to do your service time. So that way I didn't have to go right to boot camp right at 18. I could finish high school and get everything. So it worked out good for me. I ended up going in October of that year. Boot camp.
So when did the sheriff show up looking for you?
Well,
I love that story.
well, being a dumb kid, I mean, you're supposed to register for the draft.
Right.
Well, Dad and I we were in the courthouse, I mean, and to see the recruiter. And then I just signed up right there for the Navy, thinking I'm signed up. I don't have to worry about signing up for the draft. Well, anyways, in my first tour going overseas, Leon Odegaard come out to our farm. And my dad and him were buddies. I mean, he was the sheriff at the time. And he says, well, where's Bob at? And Dad said, well, he's in the Navy. He says, well, I got a warrant for him to sign up. He didn't sign up for the draft. And Dad says, well, if you want to talk to him, you're going to have to go over to the Mediterranean. He's on an aircraft carrier.
I guess I would have never thought of that. I mean, you go and sign
Right,
up for the
yeah.
Navy and you're in the Navy. You never signed
So
up for the draft.
Odegaard just took it, I guess, and ripped it up. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I didn't think he would do something like that.
Yeah. But it's like the only time the cops were looking for him, so I can't let that go.
I didn't even know it. Well, that ain't the first time. I mean,
There's stories he hasn't
yeah,
told
there's
me.
other stories.
Yeah. That you don't need to know about.
I probably
That's
don't.
right. Yeah.
But that's, back then, you turned 18, you're going to get drafted. I mean, there was Viet Nam was going on.
Right.
And a lot of kids that were in my class, they tried to go to school, get out of it. Ended up going somewhere pretty much.
Oh, sure. Yeah, my dad, he's around the same age as you. He was kind of his mentor, his buddy that he used to hang around with. He was the postmaster of the Sauk Center post office. And he told my dad, you better sign up now, or you're going to get drafted. And he's like, oh, okay. That way he could pick where he was. He ended up in Hawaii at
Okay.
Barber's Point
Yeah.
out there. So, but he was it the C-130s that he was in? He worked as part of the flight crew. He brought ammunition into
Force.
Saigon. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Yeah, they're still using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Vietnam War was definitely part of high school
Yeah.
in those years. I mean, it was girls had letters. I had letters from Bob. They had brothers in the service. The worst part, I think, about the Vietnam War was watching it on TV.
Oh, sure.
My dad wanted to keep educated on it. He got us a globe. He said, this is where it's at, But we'd sit down and eat dinner, and we'd watch it on TV. Kids getting killed, people being sold. They didn't understand it. It was crazy.
Your and the news that you got back home was delayed. So you
Yeah.
didn't get it like it's not like
Right.
it is today where you get everything instantly.
Absolutely.
So
So we've had that discussion about how you watch everything instantly right now,
yeah,
and the world seems so screwed up. And I think it was just as screwed up back then, but you didn't know.
right.
I mean, if back then, if there was a riot in L.A., we didn't know about it here until it was over and everything was done. So I think things are just different that way.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and I mean it's a whole different it's a whole different world now. I mean, just technology, just from me being alive for 55 years, a lot has changed.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how much has changed for you guys. I mean, you guys were talking about growing up with no electricity and running water. You know, I never had that. I mean, we had a black and white TV. Oh, poor me.
Right.
You know, and I was the remote control
Yeah.
for my parents. But
All the exercise we got as kids was the going to change the channel,
Yeah.
and going to adjust the antenna. Yeah.
right, yeah.
I actually didn't know the TV worked during the day. I thought it only worked during news.
There's other stuff.
But back in them days, we're getting off the subject a little bit, but TV was done at midnight.
Oh,
And it
yep.
didn't start up until 6 or 7.
When did the it's 10 o'clock? Do you know where your kids are? When did that come about?
Wasn't that in the 80s?
That was 80s.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah. I remember because when we stayed overnight at Grandma and Grandpa's, we could watch TV late at night. You know, we could watch Johnny Carson, and then the flag would come up,
Yep.
and then they would do the national anthem, and
Yep.
then yeah,
I remember my grandma had a cable, so that was crazy. There's a box on the top, and you had to press the button on the box. But that was crazy compared to the 3 channels we had. You know?
oh yeah, yep, yeah. We couldn't get cable because my mom said the only people that run the cable companies are pimps and drug pushers.
Oh.
Oh, and you work for a cable company.
Huh,
Huh.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I waited till after she died to work at the cable company. Yeah.
It's kind of like what my mom said about tattoos.
Oh.
Only drunken sailors get tattoos.
Where's
So-
your tattoo?
Yeah.
You were a drunken sailor.
I don't like pain. I see no reason for that.
Yeah.
The drinking part,
That happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a story I have to tell
Okay.
about my dad.
All right.
This is so funny.
Do you
So,
want? Should we move the microphones back in case he needs to crack you one?
No. So we had gone to an auction, and we were coming back from an auction. This car in front of us was a drunk driver, and he was all over the road. I mean, literally went down in the ditch, into the cornfield, back up onto the road. So we called the cops. We're like, we don't want him. He's on back roads now. So we're like, what should we do? He's on back roads. He's not going to kill anybody, but if he gets further, he's going to be in traffic, you know? So the guy stopped, and he's like, why are you following us or whatever? And he's like, well, you know, you went in the cornfield. He goes, no, I didn't. And he pulls a stock off. He goes, you did. You went. Well, anyway, he ended up having to go to court and say what he saw, right?
well, when he stopped, I was going to give him a ride home.
Right.
You know, I said, let me give you a ride so you don't get the cops in there. Boom, took off.
Yeah, he took off.
Him and there's 2 guys.
Yeah, there's 2 guys in the car.
And they had bottles.
Oh.
Just drinking it straight.
And like I said, we didn't want him to get off the gravel road, because then you're going to get on Highway 7 and you're going to get into traffic. And well, anyway, so he has to go to court, and this lawyer kept asking him about, well, how do you know he's drunk? And he looks at him and said, 4 years in the Navy. I know a drunk. And I guess the judge started laughing.
That's so I wasn't used to rural life. I mean, I went from living in an island. I lived in Brooklyn, New York, and then we moved out here to Prior Lake, and that wasn't much of a small town. It was kind of like a yacht kid, spoiled lake kid town. And then when I first moved out to the country, I bought my wife's grandmother's farm, and all my friends that were on the New Hope Police Department were like, "You can't move down there." And I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Well, that's the country. It's just white people out there." And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, it's not going to go good for you, man. I think the Klan is still down there." I'm like, okay, so I move out to this farm, a beautiful farm, and I was sitting there and we were unpacking boxes, and all of a sudden I see all these pickup trucks pulling into my dooryard, and I go, "Oh no." So I grabbed my 410, loaded it, and I'm standing by the door, and my wife is yelling. She goes, "What are they doing?" I said, I go, well, the women are coming out with crock pots, and the men have coolers. And then all of a sudden, I open up the door, and they go, "Hey, neighbor, we just thought we'd welcome you out here to the neighborhood." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm hiding my gun." Yeah. I think you just plugged that into a phone jack. Yeah.
No, it said Mike too, so I thought, well, maybe it's another.
Yeah, rural country is different. When Joan and I got married when we first moved on the farm, some neighbors had stopped over, and Joan says, "I didn't invite them." And I said, "Well, that ain't the way it is out here. If you got a birthday, an anniversary, anything to celebrate, they're gonna stop by and they're gonna come there, and you make meals. That's just the way it is out here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knew everybody. It was different. I mean, they don't do it nowadays. I mean, like where I live, all the farm sites have been sold, and they've been sold 4 or 5 times since I've lived there. And we've
Yeah.
lived there 40 years. I mean, we don't know anybody anymore, which is weird. That ain't the way I grew up. But
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
So when get back to the Navy thing. So when you first went on the ship, did you get set there right away? Like you went straight to that, or did you train in other things first, or you just went to the catapult?
Well,
this is what you're doing.
when I got out of boot camp, I was supposed to be a jet mechanic. That's what I signed up for. But you don't always get what they
Right.
put you where they need you. And then when I got orders to go to the ship, then it was a structural mechanic for the plane. That's why I was surprised I was on a ship. And then, yep, I suppose they thought I was interested in aviation. That's when I went to the catapult. There's 4 catapults.
And so people that don't know what a catapult, those were steam run
Okay,
then,
a
right?
catapult is what hooks to the plane and propels it off the ship. Ours were steam catapults. And a catapult is 2 big long cylinders, and they got big tanks under flight deck that fill up with steam. And then you make the pressure out of how much it's going to take to launch it off. I mean, I think the heaviest planes were like 65,000 pounds when they were full of bombs.
Wow.
And that was pretty high pressure. And in them days, we used cables that you hook onto the plane. And this thing that's sticking out of the flight deck, that's the catapult, is hooked to that. And there's a holdback unit on the back of the plane which holds the plane. And then you put tension on that, and then they fire the plane up.
Yep.
And they launch it. And
So have you guys ever been on an aircraft carrier?
I have.
Have you?
I was on the USS America. It was my brother's ship.
Okay. So we went to California, San Diego, and they have one there.
Yep.
And all the stories, all the pictures I've seen, it's way bigger than. I mean, once you're standing there, it's so huge.
Yeah.
It's its own city. There's.
oh yeah, the whole aircraft here is like a city.
Yeah, it's just crazy how big it is. Like I said, I've heard all the stories and said it was so big, but when we walked on it, I was like, yeah, this is football field wide and football field long and huge.
We played a lot of football. I was in charge of the footballs always. Every time we went overseas, I'd buy 4 or 5 of them because we'd lose one now and then.
Oh.
Yeah. Anybody ever dive for a pass and dive too
No,
far?
no.
Everybody's pretty aware where the edges
Oh, yeah,
are.
you know where the edge is.
Because there are no railings on the edge there, is there?
Well, when I first got on the aircraft carrier, the first cruise, it was an A5. Well, when they move them around on the flight deck, they use these little tractors and pull them around and back.
Which, by the way, Alice Chalmers made some of them.
And they had backed an A5 over the side, which an A5 is a real pointed-looking plane. It was actually designed to drop atomic bombs, and it had 2 big motors, and the atomic thing would be in the middle, stand up, fly straight up, so it would get away from the blast.
Wow.
That's what it was designed for.
Wow.
Well, it ended up being a camera plane. It was a spy
Oh.
camera plane with 3 big cameras. Anyways, it got backed over the side, and
Oops.
Yeah, they lost that plane, and the guy in it, they lost him too,
Oh wow.
because the hitch all broke off and smashed the canopy. And so after that, they welded a little railing like this so the wheel
Would
would
catch.
cast and catch.
Wow.
I think I read about that. It was a radar plane or something like that. That yeah.
Oh, a radar plane was called an E2A. It was a turboprop.
Oh, okay.
Two turboprops with a big dome.
Oh, okay.
And that was the radar plane. Do all the radar work. And there's, I think, 5 or 6 people in it.
And the Forestall, that was named after the very first was it Defense
Yeah, I think
Secretary of
so.
Defense
Yeah, I think so.
or whatever.
Yep.
That
Wow. You
was
did do your research.
yeah. It
Very
was
good.
in the motto was first in defense, wasn't it?
Yep.
Mhm.
First in
Okay.
defense, yep.
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 I will say something about vets and the military, something that I can't comprehend at all because I've never been there. It's a whole world all by itself. And the way these people that have been in the military feel about the military. I had a newborn baby boy. His name was Bobby. And
Sounds like a cool kid.
I don't know. It
a
sounds
newborn
like
baby boy, and I'm sitting at my mom and dad's kitchen table, and my dad is there, my mom is there, and I said out loud, I was looking at my beautiful boy, and I said, "This child, this boy of mine, will never go to war."
You got to understand, she was a hippie.
Yeah, and my dad got very emotional, and
oh
Yep.
my dad had been in the Navy, and he got very emotional, and he stood up even, and he said, "My grandson will do whatever it takes to fight for his country," and left. And I just get goosebumps every time I think about that. I can't comprehend that feeling,
oh sure.
that emotion that that the people in the military have.
And it's different now with my nephews. Even when they talk about it, they don't understand. I mean, I've seen this guy walk up and take somebody's hat off when a flag's coming. Like, take your hat off.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna respect it. I've
Yeah.
seen him walk up and hand the mayor an American flag that he should have been carrying in a parade.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's different when you've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's bad. How do you explain it to somebody that hasn't been there, or even so with my nephews? My brother-in-law was in the Navy, but it wasn't during wartime, and that's a different life also when it's not
Right.
during wartime. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that I'll ever understand. I was never there.
Right.
So
I think my parents' dad was in World War II, so I always knew that I was going to have to serve somewhere along the line. I mean, it was no ifs, ands, or buts.
Sure.
And nowadays, it's not that way. You don't, even with him, I mean, he didn't understand it. My dad was in the service. I might have to go in the service because of the time.
right.
So we were just fresh off of World War II when I was born. So it was, I was expected to do something.
Right.
And that's the way I thought my whole life. I'm expected to help keep my country free.
Right.
And I think that kind of went away in the next generation. And now it's mostly professional people that hang with it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I think it's a different climate as far as a different social climate when it comes to feeling a duty to serve your country somehow or serve your community.
Yeah.
To begin with, it's I mean, I'm sure you guys know being in Lions Club how hard it is to get people to volunteer
Oh, yeah.
to do things, I get asked, why'd you join the ambulance? You don't get paid for it. And I'm just like, because I wanted to give back to the community somehow,
Yep.
And I was,
And I remember during 9/11, Beth and I had the talk that if they opened a draft, if I was going, I mean, I would have to go. And, luckily that didn't happen. It wasn't like that. But But that was scary. I remember thinking about that, going, I'm young enough yet where if they need it, we got to do it. And
Yeah.
Well, nobody understands what it takes to do free speech like we're doing right now,
right,
for freedom to do whatever we want. That understanding, I don't know if it's the school system or what, but it's not. There's no passion anymore. I mean, we've always had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
we never,
Yeah.
it is.
We don't have bombs going off. Oh, look at Iran right now. You can imagine what them people are thinking.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole town
Ukraine.
is getting blown
Ukraine,
away.
Yeah.
And we've never had to go through that.
No. I mean, the scariest thing we've had in this country in recent times is 9/11.
Right.
You know,
And that was a wake up call for a lot of people.
Oh, it totally
that-
was. Yeah, that changed a lot of things in
Oh,
my
yeah.
head when it happened. But yeah, and I noticed too. There's I never served in the military. They didn't want me at the time because I was kind of a
Was?
I I was a little bit of a rebellious child, but
Was.
In
Yeah.
my day, them were the ones that had the choice.
Right,
Jail
yeah.
or service. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the last recruiter to come to me was a Marine recruiter, and they just showed up at your house when you turned 17, and he sat down and he was, all prim and proper in his dress, and he's, what do you think you can do for your country? And I said, I don't know, I really don't, and I'm not talented at anything, and he goes, well, what do you want to do when you graduate? And I said, I'll probably go on welfare. And he goes, what? And I said, I go on welfare, I don't have to do anything. And I just collect a check. I said, if I became a Marine, I'm getting up at 4 a.m. or earlier. Somebody's calling me a maggot and making me run 4 or 5 miles in the morning. Yeah, I'd rather be on welfare and sit at home, play my
That doesn't
Atari.
sound like fun.
Right? So, and he's like, you evidently don't have what it takes to be a Marine. And I said, I really don't. And I'll be the first to admit it. So, but thanks for your time.
Right.
And he's like, do you have any brothers? I go, oh, yeah, I got a ton of brothers. Let me go get them.
30 of them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but even when I've been working in the capacity I am now, and I'll be out and I'll see somebody's flag sitting on the ground, I'll fold it up and I'll bring it to their front door and say, you need to call the Boy Scouts, have them come get this. And they'll be like, well, what are you doing touching my property? And I said, well, if you're going to fly a flag, you need to learn how to.
We were at a Goodwill once, and there was a American flag that was just thrown on the shelf for sale, and it was on a pole and everything. And I took it and I said, "What do you want for this? Because you can't just this is all
Yeah.
bundled up." And it bugged me. And they said, "Well, $1." And I said, "Okay, I'll give you $1." And this Navy veteran was there, and he thanked me, and he said, "Let's fold it." So him and I folded it, right? And he's like, "What are you gonna do with it?" And I said, "I'm gonna take it to the VF and have them take care of it," And he's like, "Okay," and he thanked me, but that just bugged me. I just saw it all crumpled up in a ball on the shelf, and
Yeah.
It irritates me if they got clothes that look like a flag. I don't know why, but it irritates me that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
In my book. I mean, everybody's got their own personal
right.
feeling, but that's the way I feel about
Well,
it.
you know the story about Elvis with that. A guy had a jean jacket on, and he had an American flag, an actual American flag, and he had it folded and sewed onto the back of his coat. And Elvis went and actually ripped it off and said, "You're not going to do that." And him and the kid folded it. He taught the kid how to fold it, and he said, "You're going to respect the flag. You're not going to," which it is against the law. If for you to take an actual flag and use it as clothing is against the law. For you to have a red, white, and blue that looks like a flag is not. But to use an actual flag and use it as clothing is actually against the law.
But I don't know. I grew up when you respected your flag and your
Yeah.
peers.
Well, we talk about that a lot. That respect is different now.
Yeah.
Respect for your own body, your own stuff, other people's stuff. It's
Well, even like we were always told to respect your elders, and you
Absolutely.
don't see that anymore. I've seen people talk to their grandparents really shit, and I'm just like, wow, what? Yeah, right. If I did that, my grandpa's belt would be off.
oh man. I've said that to my kids. I'm like, if I would have said that to my mom,
Yeah.
I'd still be waking up coming out of that. You know,
Yeah. So yeah, it is. It's just a different a different mindset nowadays. And I think like you said, we haven't had the huge world wars.
right.
We haven't
Uh,
been threatened.
Right.
9/11 was the closest.
And I feel we're getting threatened a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Who knows how that's going to turn out.
So, moving on a little bit from your point of view being in the military, how about being a mother and a wife while your husband is away? How was that?
Well, yeah, again, it started in high school. Everybody, brother or whatever, was in the military or in Viet Nam and, didn't was getting drafted or whatever. So it started early. And then when you find somebody and you marry him and he's in the military, you write him letters, he writes to you, and you don't know. Again, you don't know what's going on.
And
he
there was no
can't tell you.
phones. There was
Yeah.
no nothing. So, I mean, anytime you talked was a
Yeah.
letter. And how
Yeah.
long did it take to get a letter?
Days and days and days, weeks and weeks. Sometimes I would get one in a month, and then next month I'd get 10.
Well, I suppose it depends on where you
So,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he couldn't tell me in his letters what was going on, and you never heard about the Navy on the news. You always heard about the guns and,
Yeah.
the on front line stuff. So you didn't know. You didn't know. And
Vietnam, number one.
yeah,
Right.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I respect the hell out of that.
yeah.
I was lucky. Had a place to sleep, had good food. But I mean, I was nervous. I always say I survived launching planes because I was scared to death the whole time I was up there launching
Yeah.
planes. Because they tell you how it's like the number one. It's the most dangerous place
Right.
in the world, probably, with the jet blast, jet get sucked into a
Right.
jet, rocking into a
And there
prop.
was a kid that got
shit.
killed while you were there. Well,
But so on that subject, before you were on there, the USS Forestall had a catastrophe.
Yes, it went to Vietnam in 1967 in July, and I don't know exactly what happened, but McCain was flying an A4 and he was on it when it all caught fire.
Right.
And I think a napalm or something from the jet blast lit off, and it started lighting all the bombs off.
Oof.
When I got on the ship, they had already cut a big chunk of it off and were replacing it. And they had pictures of the flight deck. And they had pictures of a 500-pound bomb that went off and blew a hole right down into the ship. And that's where most of the deaths were, sleeping quarters.
Oh.
Right. I watched a video on that, and
And
they were saying that a lot of the guys that died was because of the fire, and it was so hot that it just sucked all the moisture out of them. They couldn't even get out of where they were. And I mean, how horrible! And it was an accident. I mean, it's just an accident that happened.
It was an
and
accident. That the closest thing I came to that is, I think it was maybe F4 had landed, and one of the napalms they had on it didn't fall off. And he tried to put it back, and he hit the deck, and the thing fell off, went down, and went into the fuel dump.
Oh no.
jeez.
And luckily, it didn't go off. I mean, it must have been a dud. I mean, it was just pure. Because I remember we had to go up and put the fire hoses and stuff. So we got lucky. It could have happened again.
yeah, again, it's just so amazing how 18 and 19-year-old kids had to do this,
Right.
spur of the moment, deal with,
Yeah.
and
Well, I
just
always said-
handle it.
It's amazing. We were 18, 19 years old, and we were in charge of millions of dollars of equipment.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody would put that in me in
No.
charge of that at that
We're,
age.
we're in our 50s. We couldn't handle
Yeah,
that.
right.
But you were, 18, you're trainable. So we were trained. We didn't have girls and everything else on our mind. We had just what we were doing.
Oh,
We were
fine.
like me.
Thanks a lot.
I just watched you walk right into that one, Bob.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
But, I mean, it ain't like going to school where you got stuff that distracts you from what you're learning. So you learn exactly what you need to do and what you got. Fire training. We had to learn catapult. And for me, I was mechanically inclined, so I took to the mechanic part. And they knew they give you a test before and see what you're good at.
Right.
And I was good at that and radioman. They said. So my hearing was good. Ended up being.
How's that going for you now?
Yeah. So I was lucky. I was good at maintenance. So and it's just good old farm boys.
Yeah.
That's the ones they want for maintenance.
So whenever we had a hire at work, I always said, hire a farm kid because he will work.
They know how to
Yep.
work.
He will work, yeah. So you either hire a farm boy or hire somebody that's hungry. They also
Yeah.
work, yeah.
So you were on for 4 years. And where did you all go? What parts?
Mediterranean. I mean, we were all over the Mediterranean.
But I've seen pictures of you, Rome.
Oh yeah, we you weren't out on the water the whole time. You
Right.
had to go in and replenish and stuff. So we stopped at different places. Of course, then you get off. And, I mean, I've seen Marseille, France, Barcelona, Italy. I mean, we were all over Greece.
So it's been over 7 years, so they can't come back to you. Did you ever mail yourself illegal stuff on the ship? I heard rumors that happened.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. You can't drink on the ship. Well, the officers did, but
Right.
we couldn't. And so me and another guy, we went together and we went and bought like 4 fifths, and we shipped it to ourselves before we left. And we got it halfway across. Going to
So if the MPs show up, this is not
Hey.
my fault.
by the Azores. And so we had a little party when it came.
So I got to ask you this, and if you could just take your mom out of the room quick. I was going to ask you, what country had the prettiest girls?
When you're in the Navy, they're all pretty.
When you're on a ship with a bunch of guys, they're all pretty.
I'm not a romantic, so I don't know. They were just girls.
If they said hi, they were pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Joan was the first gal to say hi to you.
Yeah. She said hi back.
Yeah.
No, there's different cultures. The one thing that surprised me the most in them countries was how unsanitary they are. I mean,
Oh.
it's amazing. I mean, like I went to the French Riviera. What a dump! It was. I don't know. Hopefully it's better now. But
Right.
little kids, they just stop and whiz or whatever. I mean, they were between cars.
Oh.
And if you went to a bar, their bathrooms didn't have a toilet. They just had a big hole in the floor.
Oh.
And then you had to squat over it or whatever you had to do. And then you just pull this chain, the water comes running down, the wings around, goes up. And you smell sewer gas
Oh.
all over. I mean, it's all them countries are like that, and they're used to it. So we took a trip with our granddaughter to London and Paris, and it was exactly the same
Oh yeah.
as that many years later. But
Paris was.
I could smell the gas. You know.
So what country made you feel the most unsafe when you were there? Was there any time you were like, boy, do we really want to get off the boat?
It
or
was
the
the
ship?
United States.
United States when you got back?
Well,
Well, where was that picture that I just saw on it, and you wrote on the back, standing where the riots were?
L.A.?
no,
No?
I think it was Greece. They warned us to be careful there because these kids in gangs, they seen you with one or two of you, they would rush you
Mm.
and grab your billfold or and one tried to get my watch off of me. And but there was three of us and we knew better, so we took care of the situation.
Nice. Nice, yeah.
One
So-
thing that bothered me too when he was in the military, I mean, they took my husband, they took our dad, the kids' dad, and was in the military, and yet they didn't respect them. They didn't respect the military in the Vietnam War.
So that was something I was going to bring up too. He had a bad experience when you
Well-
came back, when you got out of the military.
I hate to talk about it, but I guess it's
Well, it was the time.
it's
That's
the way it was. I mean,
the way it was. Yeah.
There was a point where I hated to wear my uniform in public.
Mm.
I mean, sad to say, I was coming back on leave. I think it was Chicago. Of course, back in Vietnam days, people were always demonstrating. They were
Right.
at the airport and stuff. And I didn't think too much of it. And pretty soon they're running around you, calling you a baby killer and stuff. And this one of these guys came up to me and spit in my face.
Oof.
And I luckily I held back enough. I thought I can't hurt him because I got to get home. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So after that, I tried to travel in civilian clothes. So I
Mm.
didn't want anybody to know that I was in the service, so I didn't have to put up with that harassment. And that was the bad part of the time.
Sure.
So I always tried to travel
And that hurt me too.
Oh yeah.
Because that,
you know,
I mean, he could have been home with his family, but he was.
and actually when I got out of the service, I didn't want anybody to know I was in the service
Oh.
because I didn't know, being away 4 years, how they're going to react to people that were in the service. So I pretty much didn't say nothing. I mean, my family, that's all I would talk
So
to.
I remember when I was young that, how you go someplace and they'll say all the veterans stand up, and you didn't. And I asked you why, and you said, well, you weren't in the war, and that never.
Yeah.
So I understand that now, but at the time, but you were, it was the Vietnam era, but you weren't in Vietnam, and he always felt that those guys deserved the respect.
like I said, I respect them
and-
more than
Right.
I mean, they did more for our freedoms than I did.
But it's all part of it. That's what
I know,
always,
it-
years
it
later,
is,
thinking
but-
about it, whether it's the person that's delivering mail, whether it all has a part of it, and so I get why you didn't used to, but I'm really glad you do now.
Probably 25, 30 years ago is when I decided, hell with it,
Yep.
I'm proud of what I did, and I didn't do anything wrong, and I did what I had to do.
Right.
So I just kind of started letting people know I was in the Navy, and because I seen all these people that hurt, like my dad, he was in World War II. He got all the way through the war until the last month,
Mm.
and he got shrapnel in his legs, and he went into a house that was a hospital. The hospital got bombed.
Oh my
And then
god.
he lost his hand, and he's all shrapnel all over him.
And he woke up on the sidewalk lined up with the bodies. They thought he was dead. He was the only one that survived.
Well, he had crawled out of the house.
Yep.
And he was laying there, and some GI came along. I think he was trying to figure out who he was, so he had his billfold.
Oh.
This is the only story my dad ever told me. He didn't talk about war or nothing. I mean, it was hard. Anyways, he said he grabbed the guy by the throat with his good hand. Told him, "I'm not dead yet. You can have it when I'm dead." And he said when he woke up, his billfold was still laying on his chest. So they, whoever.
Oh, they're
So
just
having a dad that went through all that, I respected Army and Marine people
Right.
more because of that. And the VA took good care of my dad. I'm amazed what they did for him. And even here just the other day, we were in St. Cloud, and there was a person there that was for the VA hospital up there. and asked me if I was in service. I said, yeah. And he said, have you tried any benefits? And I said, no, I'm good. My body's good. I got no complaints. I said, but the VA took so good care of my dad that I respect that more than anything. I said, I don't feel I deserve any of that. Maybe it'll be someday where I need to do it, but sure.
And you were lucky too. Not lucky, but you worked at 3M. 3M had good insurance,
Yeah,
so that
I've
you
always
didn't
had
need
good
it.
insurance.
Right? Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We never went without. So I mean, that was always good.
I think one of the big things that bothers me with there are some vets out there that make up stories about wartime, and that they did all these things. I think you know who I'm talking about because I called them out on it quite a few times. And I think that's a big spit in the face of the guys that were actually there and did it. I mean, there was I had taken in a couple vets one time because one was a friend of my friend, and I said, well, if you vouch for him, you guys can stay, get on your feet or whatever. And they just got back from Afghanistan, supposedly, and the one guy was saying he had PTSD, and I told him, I said, well, you got to find a job. You got to move forward, get yourself out. He can't stay with me forever. Maybe that's my problem. I'm just kind of starting a flop house. Anyway, so
well, you were going to be on welfare, I thought you said.
Right? Yeah, yeah. There we go. So, but anyway, I found out later that the one friend of a friend, he was a recruiter, never been overseas, and like the most dangerous thing he's done is take recruits, possible recruits, to Olive Garden to get them to sign up or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was telling me all these stories about how he had lost friends and stuff, and he was right there and held them when they died. And I'm feeling bad for him, and then I'm just like, oh, yeah, it disgusts me.
I remember when Happy Chef was in Hutch. There was a guy there that was he was in the military. He was.
Yeah.
But he was showing all these girls his scar from his when he got hit by shrapnel. And I was looking at it, and I walked over there and lifted my shirt up. I'm like, God, I got the exact same scar from when they took my appendix out. It was identical in the exact same spot. And he didn't talk to anybody. He was done. But there was like 3 or 4 girls. He's like, yeah, I was in. And I'm like, really? Look at this fat guy. I wasn't in the military. I got the same scar.
Yeah,
That's stolen.
it's sad
valor,
that happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it's disrespecting the people that really did something.
Right.
What do you mean? I was in the Army. I went to Germany. On a base. We played basketball, cards, and friends.
Yeah.
Really? He goes, we didn't do shit. The whole time I was there, 8 years, damn thing, sit in the base, drink, smoke cigarettes, play cards. Well, all right. Well, thank you for being there.
Right.
Yeah. And it's important that they were there. I mean,
Just in case.
Right.
because they probably were in radio or something that were intercepting stuff from the
Right.
Russians or what. I mean, that was our main thing being in the Mediterranean. It was the bear, they called it. It was the Russian planes and stuff. We were keeping track of them, and they were keeping track of us. And that was our job. We were there to, like when you look like right now, how many carriers? I think we got 3 carriers in the Mediterranean right now. And they're there for a reason. I mean, so
I've asked.
and you gotta practice constantly.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Our drills were to see how fast we could get a plane off the ship. So you would have a surprise. We drilled every day. I mean, we launched and recovered planes every day.
So did you ever get to go up in a plane? Or
I was close.
You were close.
They always wanted to, they had talked about even rides at F4 Phantom, and they go Mach 2. And a couple guys that got to go up, and I had signed up. I wanted to get in there. Well, the guy before me threw up in the plane and in the mask and almost choked to death. And they said, no, we can't do this anymore. We ain't going to kill somebody.
You're like, come on.
I mean,
I'm willing to take the chance.
I
Let me
just,
go.
just the thrill of that speed was just killing me. I wanted to feel what that felt like. I mean, Mach 2, that's booking.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
Fucking
that.
all right.
I can imagine Mach. Yeah.
So I've asked. So we got like 4 minutes left, but so I asked our last veteran, and nobody can explain it, and I'm trying to understand it. So when somebody comes up to you and says, "Thank you for your service,"
Well,
I get where we don't like. I don't understand. I don't know what you went through, but what can we do to actually show that we appreciate it?
Not spit on them.
if it's,
Well, there's that.
I respect that more from another veteran.
Right.
But when it irritates the hell out of me if it's some guy comes
I know
arguing
it
with
does.
you,
That's why I'm asking.
and then they'll say, "Well, thank you for your service." And I thought, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
It's irritating to veterans, I think.
So
for you to
that girl last time said the same thing.
Yep.
She's like, "Well, you don't know what we went through. What do you mean?" And I'm like,
right.
"But what can we do, or what can we say?"
Respect.
Right.
I-
And maybe there's not an
And
answer.
it depends on how they say it.
Right, right, yeah.
I remember arguing with a hotel guy, and all he could keep saying is "thank you for your service," and then I just wanted to pull him across the counter because he didn't mean it. He was just trying to calm everything down, and that's
Oh.
not what that's for.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Right.
for actually thanking you. And,
Right.
and like one guy told me, to him it was just like taking your fingernails on a blackboard and screeching. So that's the way he felt about it.
Wow.
Mm.
But from another veteran, that is cool.
And again,
That's
it's that
my feeling.
emotion that the military people have
Right.
that we can't comprehend.
Yeah. There's no way I could comprehend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was running the United States, I'd make everybody go to the service. If it was 6 months or 2
Right.
years or whatever, just to respect government and respect people. Because when I was out of boot camp or in boot camp, I was amazed that there was probably out of 60, 70 guys, probably 10 that either jail or service.
Right.
And it changed their lives. And I witnessed it, that these guys
Yep.
changed their lives. because of
Sure.
that. And got them back on a straight and narrow.
Right.
So to me, I don't think military service is bad. I mean,
Oh, right.
and
yeah.
some learned a vocation.
Right.
Learned
Yeah.
something to do.
Well, plus the life you have a lifetime of benefits when you're done. You've got the GI Bill, you've got the VA. You know, I
got
did.
to go to school for nothing.
Yeah.
I went to Hutch Tech, and I went to welding and machine shop. So
And that was all your GI Bill.
I was on the
Oh,
GI
cool.
Bill. Plus, they paid me a couple of $300 a month for living expenses.
So who's taking care of the farm while you're gone?
Well, it wasn't my farm. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't his yet. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
my dad's farm.
Okay.
And well, when we got married and stuff, I was about had a year left maybe when we got married. And
Yeah, so
I went
the
to
first
school.
6 months of our life, we were not together, of our married life. And
Oh.
he said, but we got along so well. He was overseas for 6 months.
Yeah, you don't argue as much then. Yeah.
no, I was lucky. I mean, we're lucky that we got together and things worked out. I mean, I'm so blessed. My family stayed out of trouble. My kids were good. My grandkids were good. I mean,
You heard it here first, folks.
I just, when I look around me, how many people have trouble, I'm just amazed. I don't know what we did or how we did it, whatever.
Respect.
Life's
Yeah.
good.
I've always said that. People have asked, and I'm like,
Right.
it's respect.
Well-
I mean, we saw it. They respected each other and everybody, and
I think not only that, I mean, the both of you obviously have a pretty great relationship. You guys are pretty solid. You live through your husband being gone, you know. And
have you ever wished he was gone again? That's the question.
Well,
I do tell him to go outside every
yeah.
once in a
Oh yeah.
while.
Well,
since he's been
yeah.
Retired. Okay, go
that's
outside.
that just happens. But I mean, I've seen that with you guys, and I've seen it get passed down on to Bobby and Beth. They've got a great marriage. They got a great family.
They do.
So I
Yeah.
do think it's a foundational thing where, it's you get what you come out of.
We're lucky. Lori and Bobby always. But we started farming, so they had to help on the farm. So they didn't get a chance to run around and stuff
Sure.
like other kids.
Right.
Because I remember Lori came to me. I don't know, she's 15 or whatever. And of course, she had started out going out with her girlfriends. And she said, all my friends can stay out till 2 in the morning. I said, oh, yeah? She said, well, I was wondering if I could. And I said, Lori, there ain't nothing good that happens after midnight. I said, so midnight, and if that don't work, 11. And if that don't work, 10.
Oh, sure, yeah, just
But
yeah.
they respected me,
And I
I
just
never had
found
a-
out that my sister's favorite thing to do on the farm was pick rocks.
Yeah.
yeah,
He showed her a picture of her sitting on a rock pile, and she goes, "That is the stupidest thing in the world to pick rocks out of the ground and go put them on a pile." She goes, "It's just as dumb as going to pick weeds out of a bean field."
But when we would pick rocks, there's always this little pile in the corner of the hay rack with the shiny ones.
Sure.
Well, they all ended up in her room. So, but my kids, they had to learn how to work. I mean, they helped the chores, and they were just little, and there's pictures of them laying by cows and stuff and sleeping by them.
Oh, sure.
Lori's youngest son seen some of the pictures, and he says, "Mom, I didn't even know you liked animals."
Yeah. I don't.
We're lucky. I don't know how to. We're just.
I'll tell you, this is what my dad told me. You have to show your kids who's boss. That was his famous words. Bobby was little, and I said, I can't take him shopping. He's too out of control. And my dad said,
Me?
who's boss, you or him? And so that's the thing. You have to show these kids who's boss. He was in high school, getting in trouble in high school, leaving school for lunch. His Suburban was there, and he'd go for a ride during school. And I said, Bobby,
I knew this was going to happen.
if you skip school one more time, I will come to your classroom and sit with you, follow you around
She
school.
would've. She
And
was.
he said, you wouldn't dare. And I said, try me, mister, because you have to show them who is boss. That's my dad's famous words. The father of 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. My mom was the one that, they say it's a brown mom thing, but that shoe, even if she wasn't wearing shoes, a shoe just appeared in her hand out of nowhere, and she had a dead aim with that thing. I remember coming home one time, and I was crabby because I think I got in trouble for something in school, and I go to sit down at the dining room table, and she goes, "You're late for dinner," and I said, "I don't know what to tell you." And she's like, "Well," she goes, "You know what time dinner is next time you're going without." And I go, "Well, that's a bunch of I didn't get that word out. A projectile came out of nowhere, and I was on the
She
ground.
was showing you who was boss.
And I learned who boss was. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I can't thank you guys enough for coming out
Yeah.
here
Yes,
this
thank you.
morning, spending an hour with us goofballs. So and sharing your guys' stories. That's awesome. So I've gotten to know you guys through, this guy. And I need to apologize. I'm sorry.
Thanks, buddy.
No,
I
you-
understand.
Yeah, you guys are saints. Thank you for your. So, but no, very much appreciate you. Appreciate you guys coming in and listening. Thank you, Carrie Beth, for sending us some stars,
Yeah.
and that'll help pay for better microphones.
Right. Yeah, we just got these. We gotta figure that
Right?
out.
Yeah, we'll get her figured out. So I should have read manual, maybe.
I hope you got what you wanted.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's really. I mean, we do this not only for us, but for like people that are watching to just say, hey, vets are here. They deserve a little spotlight and get to know people. I mean, even if people don't want to talk about what happened over there or whatever. It's just nice to get to know somebody. I mean, there's people that I went to school with. I had no idea they were in the service, you know?
Yeah.
And the things they've done. And it's,
hard to talk about.
sure.
For me, I mean.
Yeah.
Julie says it was lovely to see you guys.
Hi, Julie.
So, but yeah, thank you guys again.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Tuesday, we've got Tuesday Tales. I'll be telling stories again because that's the only thing I'm good at. And then Thursday, I don't know what I'm doing evidently now because, somebody's got more important things to do. It doesn't look that hard.
Well, he could do it.
If I can do it, anybody can.
Anyhow, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your weekend. Love you. Peace.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
And a bottle of hair grease. Cheers. Yeah, we didn't forget the cheers.
Yep. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. No, thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad you
Any
guys came in.
Comments?
Well, somebody said thank you for your service, Bob.